Welcome back to Everybody's Talking with John McCormack and Andy Donaldson. And you're on SEN 1116. Andy, we're going to talk about fencing shortly. Now, that's one of your sports, isn't it?
Zorro.
You were dressed up as Zorro, and I've seen the photos. You've had a good crack at it.
Well, not really. I mean, they just went through the process with me. I didn't give it a good crack.
What sort of fencing were you doing? There's three elements to it.
Épée.
Épée, isn't it? Épée. Yeah.
And it's a lot harder than I expected. Like, I don't know what I was thinking, but there's a lot of the feet movement to the hand coordination, a lot more difficult than I thought. It's a lot more like dancing, actually, with a weapon, you know.
I would have thought, if I had a crack at it, I'd be like the samurai, you know. I'd have the big long sword and I'd just chop that little sword off and then get them. That'd be great for me. That's how I'd play the game. But
it's a really beautiful sport, though, and I think, you know, and it's also quite reasonably priced. I mean, it's a lot of fun from what I saw, from little kids to older adults, and actually it's great at an elite level to watch. It's really wonderful, you know.
Do you have to be super fit too, by the way?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, rightio.
That counts me out.
Is there a bar at the place?
No.
I'd be interested if there was a bar.
And talking about that, we've got Taís Rochel, who is a Brazilian champion fencer. I don't actually know which weapon you use, Taís. Which one?
I'm foil.
Oh, you foil.
Yes.
Ah.
Do you guys know the difference between
Yes. We have interviewed a few different fencers, but you might want to explain again a bit between épée and foil.
And sable.
And sable.
Actually, the most important difference is the parts that you can hit your opponent. Foil is only a jacket, electric jacket, EP, all body, and sable, the mask, arms. So it's the different parts that you can hit your opponent.
And also they're different weights, aren't they?
Yes, there is a few differences. But for example, sable you can hit beside the weapon, the sword. Foil only with and foil only with the point and AP as well. So the most different.
And it's now just go through your catalogue of achievements in fencing overseas, and you've also lived in New York and in Italy, and now you live in Australia and call Australia home. But just explain to the listeners all the things that you've achieved in fencing.
Actually, I live in New York and Italy because I was preparing to qualify to Olympic Games. So I live in New York because they have an amazing club. The name is named Fencers Club. And at the same time, I did a fashion course, like I said to you before. Yeah. And but I was looking for a coach in New York, and I didn't find. They have a good coach, but I didn't find my coach. And when I went to Italy, because Brazilian Federation said to me, Taís, you have to go there because you need to do a training camp in Italy. In Italy, in Frascati, is one of the best clubs. Daniele Garozzo won the Olympic Games now. He's from my club. So I think that I was in one of the best clubs in the world to qualify to Olympics. Frascati, and I went there I met Marco Ramacci, he's my coach now, and I decided to stay there because I met my coach.
Yeah, right. But what made you come to Australia?
So in Italy, I met Robert Pasquali. He's the owner of my club, Black Lords Fencing Club. He invited me and some Italians and me to come here to just training camp with Australian team. And I didn't say yes, but I didn't say no. So, but I always had the dream to come to Australia. But after Olympics, like I said to you before, that I had one friend invited me to work in Shanghai.
Yep.
And Shanghai, I said, would be amazing, but Shanghai is so different, the culture is so different. And I remember...
And they don't speak English either.
And they don't speak English. No. You can say my English is still weird, but...
your English is really good.
No, it's a bit weird. I'd like to tell you your English is weird.
I reckon it's great.
That's
so
fantastic.
it's not funny.
I love it. It's sexy.
No, it's weird.
Don't you reckon A-Rod? It's sexy.
My teacher...
A-Rod's
Really? Brazilian accent.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
But that's the reason that I'm saying, oh my gosh.
Don't lose it. Keep it up, you know.
Okay, I will keep with my Brazilian accent.
No, it's sexy.
So now you call Australia home. You absolutely love it. You've been here, what, 4 months?
Yes, and I'm totally in love. I told my dad that I feel in my home, because when I was in Italy, I love Rome. Like I said to you, Rome is in my heart, but I don't have a European passport. So for me, I always had the feeling, one day I will go back. I have to go back to Brazil. But I never felt São Paulo. I love my city, but it's not a safe city. It's not. I don't know. I love São Paulo now to visit my parents.
Yeah, right.
And when I arrived here, I saw the city is amazing. The club, the people are really friendly.
So you've got like a spiritual connection almost.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So I'm so happy to be here, and I feel in my home already.
Well, there you go. And I've been to St. Paul, and 20 million people down there, and I know what the connection is. The blocked up freeways, you can't get anywhere on the transport. It's very similar to Melbourne, the most little city. You can't even drive down a freeway. I was on it today, and I was disgusted because the bus broke down, and it took me nearly an hour to go about a kilometre.
I know, that was
very
crazy.
similar to St. Paul, because when the freeway breaks there, they don't fix it. You've got to stop to go over the bumps, like in Rio, when they break, or Brazil, and it's shocking. They haven't got the money to fix it.
I've not been to Brazil. I've been to Argentina, Buenos Aires. And
Well, you would have noticed in Buenos Aires when the freeway cracked up, they couldn't fix it.
I just found that really beautiful. I loved. In fact,
cool.
But if you love it, Buenos Aires, you have to go to Brazil. Rio is amazing.
Yeah,
Brazil is
I
there.
agree, it's better.
Sorry, but Brazil is much better than Argentina.
I just loved
We are rivals.
I thought it was very like Australia, actually, Buenos Aires, and especially out in the country.
And I tell you what, and it looked like when you go there, when you get into the heart of the town, there's all this high-rise. Everyone lives like, these high-rise we have out in Collingwood and Carlton,
Yeah.
the commission things. There's probably 10 square miles of that.
Yeah, right. Well, I didn't see that.
When you go in the city, you'll see it on the way in there, and you go, gee, it's one massive, say, 10 kilometre by 10 kilometres of high-rise buildings.
Yeah, right.
That's what I thought of Argentina anyway.
Yeah, no, I didn't really see that. I just saw the really beautiful bits, and then went into the countryside to a polo estancia, which was just gorgeous. It really was beautiful.
Cow.
Yeah, I ate a lot of cows.
That's just fantastic.
But that's what I mean about like South America, like the barbecues is what we have in Australia. Gum trees, you have them everywhere there. And
yeah, we don't. That's a ripper, isn't it, up at Red Hill?
yeah.
But it's funny because everybody say, Taís, don't you miss Brazilian food? I don't eat meat anymore, so red meat, only chicken and fish. So when the people say, Taís, don't you miss rodizio? Is the name?
Yes.
Rodizio is a kind of Brazilian restaurant with a really good meat. I say no because I don't eat anymore. So
they have restaurants here anyway. If you do want to eat meat like that, they have South American restaurants. Quite a few of them in Sydney and Melbourne now.
No, actually, I think that here is a is a mix between São Paulo, Rome, New York.
Yeah,
it's Melbourne.
Very
so
contemporary.
Yeah,
you get a little bit of everything. Yeah, I like that actually description. I think that sounds fabulous. Now, listen, what about? Are you still competing?
Yes, actually, I'm still competing, and in 2 weeks I'm going back to Brazil because I have to do a national competition in Brazil. Yes.
How will you go?
I'm like I said, because here is good because in my Black Lords is a good opportunity to be a coach because I can teach the kids and what I learned in Italy, but in the same time I can learn a lot because most of the guys from Australian teams, Australian team, Matt, Ned, Luca, they are from my Black Lords. So
right.
Yes, so it's a really good club to practice as well. So I'm still competing. But
do you represent Australia or do you represent Brazil?
No, I'm representing Brazil.
Yeah.
But like I said, the head coach, Italian head coach,
yes.
he invited me to be a coach in the Australian team. So I'm really excited.
Now you've won this 10 times, is that correct? You've won this tournament 10 times in Brazil?
Yes, 10 times.
So this is a walk in the park for you. just shoot over there, win that, and then fly back. Is that how it works? Now, the question I want to ask you, in the Olympic Games, how'd you go there? How'd you go in the Olympics? Where'd you come in there?
Where? Sorry.
In the Olympics, when you
competed.
Qualified.
qualified, where'd you come in that? Did you come 4th, 5th, 6th?
Top 32. I lost against Shanaeva. She was the 4th. Was really sad. The first bout I won 15-0. It's a really, yes. It was. I think that it was the first time in the history.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really good. But the second bout I had to fence against Shanaeva. She was the 4th in the world, and I lost 15-13. Was really
so
close. And my coach said to me, Taís, was your bout, because the people say that the referee made a lot of mistakes.
Oh.
But it's hard because Russia.
Because you're judges, yeah.
Yes, and Russia, they are really powerful.
Russia, yeah.
Politics. I don't know. I don't want to think about it. But when I watched my game, I said, no, it was my point.
Yeah.
I was so frustrated. I watched my game after 2 months because I didn't want to watch.
Oh.
Because everybody said, you are facing you are facing so well. It's not fair. It was your day. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I said, but it's not. Nah, but it was the most beautiful day in my life.
Do you get really nervous in the Olympics? Is it a lot different competing in the Olympics than, say, like a Commonwealth Games or a national title?
You know, for me was more to qualify was more. I was more nervous because in the day because it was my dream to be in Olympics. So I decided to enjoy my day, you know what I mean? So I said no, because when I got in the gym, in the stadium, it was full of people. It was amazing. Taís, because it was in my country. It was in my country.
Yeah, right.
So I was so happy. I was nervous, but not like for me to qualify was harder.
Yeah.
Because the other Olympics, I was really close to qualify. So was my last chance, not my last chance, but I'm getting old.
That only comes up every 4 years,
that's
doesn't
right.
it? You know?
Yeah, maybe
Would you give it another go, do you think?
I don't know. Maybe because a lot of things are happening with me. So I don't know. One thing that I'm sure I want to go to Olympics with my next goal is go to Olympics with my students, like a coach.
That's a great idea.
Yes, but I have chance to go to Olympics, to Tokyo, but I have to think about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, no.
Just kidding. No, but I think I have the chance.
Well, we'd like to wish you all the best over in Brazil in 2 weeks' time. I hope you win it.
I do too. I'll be following you. I'll be following you on Facebook and all that.
Me too.
And if you win, you got to promise you'll come back here with the trophy.
Yeah, sure. Why not? It will be a pleasure.
And if you lose, don't come back.
And I have a competition in Canberra in national, and I want to go win in Brazil and Australian competition.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Well, we wish you all the best.
We'll make sure you're more than welcome back here.
Yeah.
It's time for us to say goodbye.
And thank you, Taís Rochel, very much for joining us here on Everybody's Talking at SEN 1116.